जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद शुभम।
तो कैसे हैं सर आप?
वेरी गुड या वेरी गुड, कुड बी बेटर।
गुड बी बेटर सर। मेरा नसीब देखिए सर, इलाहाबाद बोर्ड भोपाल बोर्ड के डिप्टी प्रेसिडेंट साहब का मैं इंटरव्यू ले रहा हूँ। नॉर्मली तो उल्टा होता है। मुझे आज भी वो पल याद है जब मैं इलाहाबाद गया था, तब मेरे हाथ पैर कांप रहे थे। एक तो रिजेक्शन सेंटर के नाम से जाना जाता है, और वहां देखिए आज मौका, देखिए पूरी किस्मत ही बदल गई है। देखिए आज मुझे मौका मिल रहा है, मुझे इतना इतना अच्छा
It is
मौका ना
my turn today. It is my turn today to be nervous, you mean to say?
सर आपने मेरी बात पकड़ ली है कि आज मौका मिल गया है सर, बट और इस मौके को छोड़ने वाला नहीं हूँ। A very warm welcome to all of you to Self Selection Board, a one step towards uniform। मेरा नाम है शुभम वाशने, और इस हफ्ते के जो हमारे गेस्ट हैं वो हैं कर्नल पंकज साहब। इनके बारे में एक बहुत अच्छी खास बात है, ये एक्स एसएसबी के एसएसआर रह चुके हैं, बट इसके साथ इनके पास एक एक्स्ट्रा नॉलेज है। क्या, मैं बताता हूँ। एसएसबी में एक स्टूडेंट का बिहेवियर क्या रहता है जिसकी वजह से वो गलती करता है, इस बात की तो नॉलेज है ही, पर जस्ट बिफोर एसएसबी उसका क्या बिहेवियर रहता है स्टूडेंट का, उस बात की भी इन्हें बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेज है। कैसे, मैं समझाता हूँ। ये डिप्टी प्रेसिडेंट रह चुके हैं दो बोर्ड के, इलाहाबाद एंड भोपाल, और वहां पर इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर का भी ओहदा संभाल चुके हैं। बट इसके साथ वो आज की तारीख में एक डॉर्मेट्री भी चला रहे हैं, एसएसबी डॉर्मेट्री, जो कि इलाहाबाद बोर्ड के पास है। अब इसका फायदा स्टूडेंट्स को मिल जाता है। कैसे, मैं समझाता हूँ। यहां पर एक रात पहले, अगर आज आज की तारीख में आप क्वारंटाइन में इनके पास जाएंगे, तो एक रात पहले जब आप इनके पास रुक रहे होंगे, तो वहां पर वो क्या करते हैं कि 1 आवर का कंसंट्रेशन भी देते हैं, जिसकी वजह से स्टूडेंट्स को फायदा हो जाता है। अब इससे फायदा क्या होता है, जो स्टूडेंट नर्वस होता है उसकी नर्वसनेस भाग जाती है, और कहीं ना कहीं जो एक स्क्रीनिंग का रिजल्ट है वो श्योर हो जाता है कि वो बंदा स्क्रीन होगा। तो ये एक बड़ा फायदा हो जाता है कि कर्नल पंकज साहब जस्ट बिफोर एसएसबी एक स्टूडेंट को भाप पाते हैं कि यार वो कहां पर खड़ा हो रहा है, और उसकी जो प्रॉब्लम है उसको सॉल्व कर देते हैं। और आज हम इनके उसी एक्सपीरियंस को लेकर हम बात करेंगे, और सारे के सारे सवाल हम निचोड़ लेंगे कि बिफोर एसएसबी क्या गलती नहीं करनी चाहिए और किन बातों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए एसएसबी। चलिए अब मुलाकात करते हैं कर्नल पंकज साहब से। जय हिंद सर।
जय हिंद शुभम।
तो कैसे हैं सर आप?
वेरी गुड या वेरी गुड, कुड बी बेटर।
गुड बी बेटर सर। मेरा नसीब देखिए सर, इलाहाबाद बोर्ड भोपाल बोर्ड के डिप्टी प्रेसिडेंट साहब का मैं इंटरव्यू ले रहा हूँ। नॉर्मली तो उल्टा होता है। मुझे आज भी वो पल याद है जब मैं इलाहाबाद गया था, तब मेरे हाथ पैर कांप रहे थे। एक तो रिजेक्शन सेंटर के नाम से जाना जाता है, और वहां देखिए आज मौका, देखिए पूरी किस्मत ही बदल गई है। देखिए आज मुझे मौका मिल रहा है, मुझे इतना इतना अच्छा
It is
मौका ना
my turn today. It is my turn today to be nervous, you mean to say?
सर आपने मेरी बात पकड़ ली है कि आज मौका मिल गया है सर, बट और इस मौके को छोड़ने वाला नहीं हूँ। आई नेवर लीव अ चांस व्हेन, जब मेरे सामने आयो साहब होते हैं और मैं क्वेश्चन पूछने का एक भी मौका नहीं छोड़ता सर। बट आई एम वेरी इम्प्रेस सर, आप आफ्टर गिविंग द सर्विस टू द इंडियन आर्म फोर्सेस, यू डेडिकेटेड योर लाइफ टू द डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट हु वांट टू जॉइन आर्म फोर्सेस। एंड उसमें खास बात सर क्या है कि आपने इलाहाबाद बोर्ड में ही एसएसबी सेंटर, जो करीबन सिर्फ 800 मीटर फार है आपके घर से, और वहां पर आपने एसएसबी की डोरमेट्री बना रखी है। दैट वाज अमेजिंग
Yeah.
सर। और यहाँ पर आप स्टे दे रहे हैं कोविड 19 के टाइम में, और ये भी मेक श्योर कर रहे हैं कि उन्हें खाना मिले, प्रॉपर आपको शेल्टर मिले ढंग से। और एक बात और जो मुझे बहुत ही इंप्रेस करी सर, कि आप काउंसलिंग भी करते हैं 1 घंटे की, और उसके बाद जब वो पूरी तरह से काउंसलिंग हो जाता है, बच्चा रेडी हो जाता है, देन यू सेंड हिम टू द एसएसबी जा भाई, और विद विश हिम द बेस्ट ऑफ लक। उस बारे में सर में डिटेल में बात करेंगे। बट सर मैं शुरुआत करना चाहूंगा सर, इलाहाबाद जो अपने नाम में बदनाम हो रखा है सर रिजेक्शन सेंटर के नाम से, ये कहानी आपको भी सुनने में आती होगी सर।
Oh, very much, very much.
तो सर ये जब मिथ लोगों के मुंह से, आपको बच्चों के मुंह से सुनने में आती होगी, तो आपको तो बड़ी हंसी आती होगी कि यहाँ तो आप फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में जो बच्चा आया होता है वो भी उसे आप रिकमेंड करते हैं।
नहीं, मैं आपको बताता हूँ। See, Shubham, the problem is people don't realize the volume of the candidates that come to Allahabad compared to the other three centers is very high because we have the highest number of the boards. In each selection center, see, Allahabad has got 5 boards, whereas Bhopal has got only 3 boards. I'm talking of the Army board. There is a Naval board also, although. Then in Bangalore, there are only 3 boards. In Kapurthala, there is only 1 board. So when you see the number of candidates who will report here is definitely so much more compared to the other boards. So obviously, when the number comes more, then rejection will be more, selection will also be more. But obviously, because the larger number goes back, so कहानी यही होती है, सब एक दूसरे कहते हैं यार मैं तो इलाहाबाद से रिजेक्ट हुआ.
बट
So
सर
I don't
इलाहाबाद
think
की
that's it.
खास बात ये भी है, मैंने एक बार नोटिस की है सर, वो ये मेरा एक दोस्त था प्रज्ञांशु, मैंने उसका इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट किया था। वो बता रहा था कि 2 डिजिट में भी लोग रिकमेंडेड होते हैं, मतलब नॉट ओनली वन, नॉट ओनली टू, 10 बच्चे भी रिकमेंड हो रहे हैं, 15 बच्चे भी रिकमेंड हो रहे हैं।
So what it, you're answering your question yourself. Actually, किसी भी जगह पर कितने कैंडिडेट पास होंगे, that's not the dependent upon the board. It is dependent upon the quality of the candidates have come. There are some batches, especially in NDA, when they come in the beginning, few lots which come. Uh, we find that people are very good. Their approach to the whole SSB is so very refreshing. So they make it, so there's no embargo. I can tell you there's no embargo as far as the selection center is concerned कि भाई इतने पास करने या इतने नहीं पास करने या इतने स्टेज 1 में रखने या नहीं रखने. I think that's a big myth. We all want, let me tell you truthfully, the candidates are the source of our existence. When they come to the SSB, we feel happy. At least personally, I felt very bad in case the candidate had to go back after this stage 1, because they come from such far off distances. And imagine just after 4 or 5 hours of their reporting in the SSB, they need to go back. That always really was very painful for me, personally for me. And that is one reason. And I realized that the people were not able to understand the gravity of stage 1. See, the stage 1 testing procedure, I can tell you, is mentally draining process. And a lot of candidates think, यार सुबह 6 बजे रिपोर्ट करना है, मेरी ट्रेन 4 बजे पहुंच जाएगी और मैं चला जाऊंगा वहां से सीधा स्टेशन से. While I was the interviewing officer or the deputy president in the board, I could make out this chap is tired. His mind is not working to its optimum level. And I used to feel bad always. I could tell him at that point of time that, beta, you should have rested and then come. So I had decided at that point of time that this sort of a campaign I will take on, and I let the candidates understand that when you come for stage 1, you should be absolutely fresh, properly rested. Your mind should be working at 100%. And mind you, the stage 1 testing procedure, especially the OIR test, it is very simple test. It is only the pressure of time that is weighing on the candidate's mind, and that is what affects their performance. And therefore, I took it upon myself to set up this dormitory so that I can give them that atmosphere, I can give them that sort of hygienic condition where they can come, relax in the evening, and also refresh the practical way of handling or conducting themselves. I don't give any coaching in that 1 hour session that I do, but I do tell them what are the minute details that they should look forward to in terms of their body language, in terms of the josh and enthusiasm that the SSB is looking for. That is what is my aim. And then I make sure that they sleep up by about 10 o'clock so that they have a good 7-8 hours of sleep and don't dream of SSBs. I always tell them, please don't dream of SSB. Don't think of what is going to come next, because there's nothing extraordinary or there's nothing out of the way that the SSB asks you. It is normal day-to-day questions pertaining to you and you alone. Therefore, that phobia that, what is going to come, what hampers the performance of the candidates. And my aim of setting up this dormitory is just to make the candidates comfortable so that they perform to the best of their capabilities.
ओके सर, यहाँ पर मैं एक बात लाता हूँ. अब देखिए, आपके साथ एक बड़ा एडवांटेज है जो आज तक किसी इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर, किसी साइकोलॉजिस्ट के साथ नहीं था. यू नॉट ओनली बीइंग द पार्ट ऑफ दैट एसएसबी 5 days, बट ऑल्सो आप एक दिन पहले भी देख पा रहे हो क्योंकि आपके पास अब एसएसबी डॉर्मेटरी है. आपने घबराहट तो देखी होगी उनके चेहरों पर, स्टूडेंट्स के चेहरों पे, क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. इलाहाबाद बोर्ड के चक्कर में भी देखी होगी, और ये जो टेंशन होती है वो रात भर पढ़ते रहते हैं.
नहीं, तो ये सही कह रहे हो, लेकिन मुझे ये मालूम है ये टेंशन जो है सेल्फ क्रिएटेड है. It is self-created, and it only comes. It is something like this when you're doing a net practice. Howsoever a cricketer may do it in the net practice, there's nothing like the real-time match practice. So I will say that when they come to me, they are still relaxed. But I know tomorrow is going to be different. And I tell them this because I have children of the same age group, and I've seen so many of these candidates now. 8 years in the SSB is not a small time. More than 20,000 candidates in the stage 1, more than 6,000 interviews. So I understand their psychology, I understand their mentality. Some of them are trying to put up shows, which I actually warn them not to do it. I can only visualize how they will perform when they go to the SSB. So I try and caution them that this is what some people are very overconfident. So I tell them, be careful. Don't be overconfident. Confidence is a good quality, but overconfidence is something which SSB doesn't really approve of. If you try to be too smart, if you try to be too cheeky, some people are like that, that they will think that they can. If they're being smart is good, but you can't be cheeky. You can't be very, taking the assessor for a ride, or giving him answers that he knows are not correct. Because we all understand, we have been suitably trained to understand what is the response, more than the response, how it has been conveyed to us. So we understand. So I, for one, try and tell them, remain normal, remain confident. Yes, there is certain amount of anxiety is important because it is the anxiety which helps you do well. बट ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि यार उस एंजाइटी को कहते हैं, कुछ लोग कहते हैं ना, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया, तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए.
ओके, फेयर इनफ सर. ठीक है सर, यहाँ से आपने काफी बात कह दी सर कि यहाँ पर एंजाइटी एक स्टूडेंट की बनाई हुई होती है और बेहतर है कि उसको वो काम कर ले और ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट ना रहे. बट सर, अब मैं आपका वो दिन जब आप इलाहाबाद भोपाल बोर्ड में आए थे, मैं उस दिनों की बात करना चाहूंगा. कुछ ऐसी बातें जहां से बच्चे घबरा जाते हैं. आपके पास 12th पास स्टूडेंट्स भी आते हैं, आपके पास ग्रेजुएशन के पास भी स्टूडेंट्स आते हैं. अब जब वो एसएसबी में आते हैं, आप ये कहते हैं बी ऑनेस्ट. बस इस ऑनेस्टी के साथ कई ऐसी बातें हैं जो उनकी लाइफ से जुड़ी हैं, वो शायद बताने में हिचकिचाएं. मैं बताता हूँ एग्जाम्पल. 12th के मार्क्स, मैं खुद का एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ. मेरी परसेंटेज 60.2% है, विच इज नॉट अ वेरी हैंडसम परसेंटेज. मेरे पास खुद का कोई रीजन है, मैं उसको 2 मिनट साइड रखता हूँ, पर मैं एक ऐसे स्टूडेंट का रीजन रखता हूँ जिसने जानबूझ के पढ़ाई नहीं की. मे भी खेलकूद में ज्यादा था. खेलकूद मतलब सड़क पे ही खेल रहा है, नॉट द प्रोफेशनल स्पोर्ट्स. या फॉर एग्जांपल लड़की में था ज्यादा था, भाई लड़की पटानी है, गर्लफ्रेंड है, मे भी स्वैग आएगा हमारा स्कूल में. ठीक है, अब ये गलती उसने कर दी है, उसके मार्क्स बहुत लो आ गए हैं, 60% आ गए हैं. अब वो एनडीए उसमें आया आपके सामने परसेंटेज में और वो बता देगा तो आपको तो बड़ा लगेगा, तो बड़ा इररिस्पॉन्सिबल है. इसको इतनी समझ नहीं है कि 11th 12th बहुत ही ज्यादा क्रूशियल मूवमेंट होता है. यहां से उसका कैरियर ग्राफ डिसाइड होगा.
Now, I will go a step further. You have said all this. See, what is the trend these days? The trend these days is you do your 10th, thereafter go in for those coaching institutes which are running 11th and 12th, and they are also preparing you for the IITs. And
जी.
So what is happening? दो नावों में आपने पैर रखे हुए हैं.
जी.
ठीक है, एक नाव आपको IIT की तैयारी की तरफ है, एक नाव आपको. तो just imagine if these to both the boards, and I think so, both the boards have a different approach to the marking system. So a candidate who thinks it is not his mistake also, it is the peer pressure, it is the pressure of the society, it is the pressure from the parents also, that they say कि बेटा तू इंजीनियरिंग भी कर ले, इंजीनियरिंग की तैयारी भी साथ साथ कर ले. तो ना तो इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ 100% वो दे पा रहा है, ना ही वो 12th की तैयारी की तरफ 100% दे पा रहा है. So this is a normal thing that happens and we all understand it. Now, when you say your percentage of marks, that's history. It's a statement of fact that you cannot change. What, as a assessor, I am interested in, that are you a person who is able to look back in his own self very objectively? Are you able to analyze as to what was the reason because of which you think you didn't perform well? Or because the going these days is 95%, 97, 98%. So if you are a person who is understood, sir, I think I was devoting my time to 2 streams. I was trying for IIT also, wherein I couldn't do so well. I was thinking of 12th. So we understand that now you have been able to analyze your past performance and you have learned from something which is gone in the past. So my area of interest is not his past performance. My area of interest now is how much has he really learned from it. See,
okay,
everybody commits mistakes. Everybody commits mistakes. So we are ready to make allowance for the mistake. I'm not looking for mistakes. I'm learning for a person who is learning from his mistakes. Of course, the best person is who doesn't commit a mistake and learn. What the worst is who commits a mistake and still not learns from it.
Okay, I fairly understood, sir, and that was a very nice word. I understood very well. आपने दोनों सवाल के जवाब बड़े बेहतरीन से दिए, मतलब मैंने दूसरा सवाल पूछा नहीं था, बट आपने ऐड किया कि आईआईटी और जब 12th की तैयारी होती है दोनों एक साथ की, वो पीयर प्रेशर, पेरेंट्स प्रेशर और सोसाइटी का प्रेशर के चक्कर में वो अपनी, अगर मैं बहुत ही रफ या स्लैंग लैंग्वेज बोलूं तो बैंड बजा लेता है अपनी, बहुत बुरी तरह से।
करेक्ट।
और सेम वही बच्चा अगर मान लो उसने पढ़ाई नहीं की है, जानबूझ के भी नहीं है, तो क्या वो अपनी पास की गलती से समझ रहा है कि नहीं, कि मुझे आज के बाद ये नहीं करना है, आई हैव टू बी वेरी सीरियस टू माय वर्क। ओके, फेयर एनफ सर। अब जरा यहाँ पर थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ते हैं। इंटरव्यू के उस राउंड में जब होता है तो एक पहले जैसे हम एंटर करते हैं, मान लीजिए उसने जस्ट एंटर किया और दोपहर के 1 बज रहे हैं, उन्हें कहना था गुड आफ्टरनून, स्टूडेंट को आके जो डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट था गलती से कहते हैं गुड मॉर्निंग। अब सर ये फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन इज द लास्ट इंप्रेशन की कहानी आ जाती है दिमाग में। जो स्टूडेंट होता है या डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट होता है तो बहुत ही ज्यादा नर्वस रहता है, यार मैं तो इंप्रेशन ही खराब कर दिया। सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इंप्रेशन बिल्ड इन योर हेड सर?
All right. See, firstly, I will, this kahani of first impression is the last impression. I want to clear this. See, in the SSB, we all understand that we are not gods. First of all assessors know this. I know that my judgment is going to be affecting the career of a candidate.
जी।
Therefore, I never formulate my judgment or impression on one question or one activity of the candidate. I think all the assessors are matured enough about that. We all understand that he's come in, he's a little nervous. So what does a interviewing officer per se do? He makes him sit, makes him comfortable. Does a little bit of informal chit chat. You know what gives you the maximum confidence? Your own voice. When you hear your own voice, that gives you the, so first few words that you speak give you confidence. So that is the time when the interviewing officer is trying to make the candidate a little more comfortable.
Okay.
I've also seen very good interviews going, and you suddenly ask a question which the candidate does not know, and suddenly you find his shoulder drop, his face goes down. You know, he thinks as if the world has come to an end.
जी।
यार मुझे इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं आया और अब तो मैं गया, मेरा काम खत्म. But I want to tell you that it is not the answer to a question per se which decides your personality. I am looking at your personality. So even if you don't know the answer to a question, I would, any assessor for that matter, would say, all right, if the candidate says, sorry sir, I do not know the answer to this question. Now, what type of question is that? You see, everybody, we all understand, is it a very high-end question or is it a simple question which candidate of his age should have known it? Now, if that be the case, then you understand, okay, maybe he is not able to put his thoughts together. But that exactly does not make sure, I do not, straight away say, yeah, ye to bekar aadmi hai. No, I have to see his complete profile. I've seen you asking other interviewing officers, that was 15 OLQs. So I do feel that this chap is a little nervous. He comes under tension a bit. So I have that point in my mind. So maybe I'll make him comfortable again and maybe put him under stress at some other point and see how much of stress can he really take. And I've seen some of the candidates, they start with jitter. शुरुआत हुई उनकी बहुत jittery हैं. But as the confidence, as the interview goes on, or as the assessment goes further, their confidence starts coming back. And that is what helps the interviewing officer understand, yes, this boy has little nervousness, but धीरे 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 ठीक होता जा रहा है. तो I take it, yeah, it is because he's taken a little longer time. ठीक है? But that's not the end of the interview. I think, yes, it is little slow. He's little slow, but now he's become comfortable, and when he's comfortable, he's good. So I have to make allowance. I have to give him, I have to grant him that much.
Okay.
So it is not one question or two questions, or I am keeping account कि इसने कितने correct answer दिए या कितने wrong answers दिए. I don't base my assessment on that. Every assessor sees the wholesome personality of the candidate based upon the various responses that he has given. So it is never a question or two. What I will say, what damages your image or in the mind of the assessor is that supposing you said, I do not know the answer to a question. I generally know what question you have not answered. So that is already noted with the interviewing officer at least. So when the conference time comes, maybe the same question is repeated. And I've seen a lot of candidates saying, sorry, sir, I've not been able to find the answer. Now, in this era, when you can find everything on your Google Baba gives you a reply of everything. then why should you have not found out the answer to that particular question? That shows low on inquisitiveness. That means his interest level is little confined. He is not very serious about the whole issue. He's come here, ठीक है यार, हो जाएगा, नहीं होगा तो just too bad. And he's not bothered about performance. So that is bad. But not knowing an answer to a question is not ever affecting your overall personality per se.
Fair enough, sir. I got a very clear idea. But सर मैं यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन दोबारा रीएम्फसाइज करके दूसरे फॉर्मेट में पूछना चाहूंगा सर. मे बी आई साउंड अ फूल बट ये बहुत जरूरी है मेरे हिसाब से. सर देखिए, आपने उसने मिस्टेक कर दी, जहां उसे गुड गुड आफ्टरनून कहना था वो गुड मॉर्निंग कह गया. अब जरा मैं एक और बताता हूँ. वो रूम में एंटर किया और आपने हाथ बढ़ाया मिलाने के लिए कि वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग शुभम, और ऐसे ही मिलाया आपने, और जनाब ने क्या किया, तब तक चेयर पे बैठ गए. अब उनसे हो गई गड़बड़. अब उनके दिमाग में अटक गया कि यार पहले तो मुझे परमिशन लेनी चाहिए थी, कर्नल साहब हाथ मिलाने के लिए आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं और मैं जनाब आके बैठ गया हूं. अब तो रायता उसके दिमाग में सर पूरी तरह से फैल चुका है. बट डू यू थिंक, क्योंकि मैंने कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में तो ऐसी मिस्टेकों को काफी सीरियस लेते हुए देखा है, सो डू यू टेक केयर ऑफ दीज थिंग्स कि यार ये एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं होगा?
नहीं, what it indicates to me, that this candidate is little jittery. He needs little more reassurance. So it becomes my duty as an assessor to reassure him, make him more comfortable. I've seen this sort of this fiasco doesn't really happen only with the candidates. It can happen with anybody. I've seen in my service life of 40 years. It has happened even with the officers. कि उसने हाथ बढ़ाया तो अगले का हाथ नीचे था, तो उस समय जब दूसरे का हाथ आ गया तो आपका हाथ नीचे आ गया. तो this sort of fiasco has happened so many times. Therefore, at least I for one, and I don't think any assessor worth his salt will only try and make assessment based on this particular incident. This can happen with anybody, and I think age is there. Chap will grow in confidence, but definitely I'll make sure that now I make him a little more comfortable. I make him sound. Maybe he'll have a glass of water. There's water kept. I'll tell him, "Beta, please have a glass of water," and then we'll start slowly, so that his confidence comes back and he doesn't mind the mistake that he's committed.
Okay, fair enough, sir. You clear the biggest doubt. And now I like to move a little more further. अब यहाँ पर ना सर थोड़ा सा मेरे हिसाब से एक मिथ भी होगी शायद, और आप जैसे क्लियर करते तो बेहतर होगा. बात कुछ ऐसी है सर कि एनडीए जो 10+2 एंट्री के बाद जाते हैं और जो ग्रेजुएशन के बाद जाते हैं, आप उनमें फर्क करते हैं, जानबूझ के फर्क करते हैं. और रीजन यहाँ पर यह दिया जाता है क्योंकि वो 10+2 है, सिर्फ 17 साल का लड़का है, तो उसमें समझ कम होगी. जो ग्रेजुएशन का बंदा है उसमें समझ ज्यादा होगी. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो मिस्टेक 10+2 वाला कर देगा, उसको माफ कर देंगे थोड़ी बहुत. और वहीं पर ग्रेजुएशन वाले के लिए आप काफी स्ट्रिक्टनेस रखते हैं. क्या ऐसा कुछ है सर?
I think this is again a myth which is going around. I'll tell you what, we have no way of conducting the interviews or assessment differently for different categories. The interview or the assessment procedure for a 10+2 entry and for a graduate level entry or for a service entry is same. Now, I'll tell you where is the difference. The difference is in the trainability. Now, a 10+2 candidate, he undergoes 3 years training first in the academy, at National Defence Academy, or in the at Pune CME, and thereafter he goes for 1 year final training. That means he has 4 years of training. Whereas the graduate level, who's going for short service commission, he has only 9 months of training. Or a direct entry candidate, he has only 1.5 years of training at IMA. So that difference of the trainability, so trainability marks are more as far 10+2 entry is concerned. Otherwise, my assessment is still the same. I assess him based on the similar questions, based on similar CIQs, whether he is a graduate level entry or whether he is a service entry. But yeah, when I give him trainability, service, because the trainability is more, therefore he gets a little advantage in that. ठीक है, तो वो जब एक बार चावल पक जाए उसके बाद उसको मोल्ड करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. बट अभी कच्चा चावल है तो उसको आप पका सकते हैं.
Okay.
You have great. That is the basic issue.
ओके सर, यहाँ से मैं थोड़ा एक सवाल को और लेकर जाऊंगा. मैंने 10+2 बात करा, ग्रेजुएशन की बात किया, बट सर्विस कैंडिडेट्स जो आर्म फोर्स में ऑलरेडी हैं, उनसे तो आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन एक्सट्रीमली हाई होती होंगी. भाई फौज का बंदा है, फौज में रहा है, ज्यादा डिसिप्लिन होगा, ये वो, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है?
मैं तुमको बताता हूँ, उनसे हमारा एक्सपेक्टेशन बहुत लो होता है.
बहुत लो?
क्यों? बहुत लो होता है। मैं क्यों बताता हूं क्यों। वो इसलिए क्योंकि वी नो द सर्विस कंडीशंस। सी आई हैव कमांडेड अ यूनिट। We all understand in the army, everything has got a standard operating procedure. Very little freedom of action or leeway is given to a person. When I give him order, I want that order to be followed word to word. He has no imagination left to do anything further. Especially I'm talking the soldier at the soldier's level. So many times we say कि तुम अपना दिमाग नहीं लगाना है, जो मैंने बताया है वो करो.
अच्छा.
So what has happened, at least in the army, this actually hampers his growth of the intelligence level, his mind. Whereas I've seen this. Why, if you take any analysis, the Air Force candidates do a little better than the Army candidates because there at least they have freedom of action. They have set defined duties, whereas the Army chap is on duty 24 hours. Air Force chap has at least certain time to himself for his self development. Herein, there are times when a army chap does his duties for not one night, it may be 2 nights because we have shortage of people. So we understand that we have not given him that much of leeway. We have not allowed him to grow. So therefore, I know how much a limitation of his understanding is. Therefore, my assessment, my expectation is not high. But if a person really does more than this, then it surprises me. Yes, here is one hera that you can find. So you find that is why service candidates selection, even in the ACC, wherein they have 3 years of training in the ACC, 1 year in the IMA, yet their selection rate is very low. Because of this particular reason, because we haven't allowed, I will not say that they have not developed. Some of them, yes, still make it a point to do their own studies, to pursue their hobbies. Where is the time for the army chap to pursue his hobby? Otherwise, a soldier who is on 24 hours on duty. So that is the reason. So therefore, I will say that our expectation is not high. Yes, what I expect from him is his discipline. So a lot of times I've seen after the assessment, I say he's a very good soldier, but not an officer material.
Oh.
Because there is certain amount of difference between a soldier and an officer. That is why an officer commands a soldier, and it is not the other way around. Therefore, one has to have certain amount of inherent qualities, at least that inquisitiveness, that desire to learn. Everybody wants to do well in his life. A soldier also has the right to do that. But does he have the means to do it? Have we really given him the means to do it? So therefore, it becomes a little tedious for the assessors to get that. कहते हैं ना अंधों में काना राजा, या हीरा जो तराश रहे हैं हम, जो ढूंढ रहे हैं, वो थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाता है हमारा सर्विस इंक्रीमेंट. Okay. Everybody generally behaves in the similar manner. Their responses to the situation is almost on the similar lines because their training is almost like that. So therefore, but yes, in amongst them also there are people like clerical staff, people who have been personal assistant to the senior officers, PAs. When they come, because they have had time, because they have interacted, their interaction with the officer level is higher. Therefore, you find their performance is better. Because they have learned things, they have learned the ethics, they have learned the way to conduct themselves, to move around. That is what gives them a little advantage. Some of them make very good use of it, but people whose upper story does not function well, they cannot make use of that opportunity also.
Okay, so fair enough. But now I like to move to the last question. आपने काफी doubt clear कर दिया, sir. But this is the one of the most difficult. I personally believe the question will be going to be, and the most difficult to understand for the viewers also. Rapid fire. Repeater हो, fresher हो, service candidate हो, 10+2 हो, after graduation हो, सबसे पूछा ही जाएगा. अब इस रैपिड फायर में अगर मैं जरा थोड़ा सा इसको क्वेश्चन के साथ आपको बताऊं तो पहले ऐसा होता है. So Shubham, tell me about your education from class 10 to up to your current education level. Tell me about your hobbies, your activities, the subject you have, and the activities you did. How do you manage your day during your education time of the recent education during the graduation? Tell me also about your friend circle, your teachers you like, you dislike, and the friends you like and dislike, and what they think about you. Now there are large number of things has been asked. They understood that उनको बात पता है. इसे रैपिड फायर CIQ किसी फॉर्मेट में कहें उनके पास समझ में आती है. बट अब क्या हो रहा है सर, दो बातें हो रही हैं. पहला, या तो बात करते करते भूल जाएगा क्वेश्चन क्या है. दूसरी मिस्टेक, वो इस चीज को जिस सीरीज में पूछा गया है उस सीरीज में नहीं जवाब देता, ऊपर नीचे जवाब दे रहा है. अब आप देखेंगे मैंने बोलने के तरीके में भी थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे था। मैंने क्या किया था कि सब्जेक्ट थोड़े ऊपर नीचे कर, पहले मैंने ग्रेजुएशन के बारे में बात की, फिर लास्ट में मैंने सब्जेक्ट के बारे में बात की। अब यहाँ पर इस बात को वो इग्नोर कर देते हैं कि उनको ऑर्गेनाइज वे में जवाब देना है। तो यहाँ पर आपका पर्सपेक्टिव क्या बन जाता है? बिकॉज आई पर्सनली बिलीव रैपिड फायर तो बहुत बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता होगा।
देखो, firstly, you must understand what is the basic and why is it that this rapid fire questions are given. See, we want to see how much is the grasp this candidate has. A good communicator is a good listener also. So, how much is your ability to listen and absorb? Because either you are hearing or you are listening. Hearing means कि साला कान से अंदर जाएगा, but इधर नहीं जाएगा. Maybe दूसरी तरफ से निकल जाएगा.
हाँ.
Whereas listening means it will go through your ear, it will go here. So when you listen to a question, then it will sink in and you will know how you will answer it. Now, the basic, I'll say mistake that a candidate does is, we all know these CIQs are all available on the internet. Candidate is prepared in his mind. So moment the interviewing officer starts asking me a question, he starts thinking of the answer. He is not concentrating on what the interviewing officer is saying. He is only concentrating on the answer that he will give. Now remember, if you concentrate on that, you will miss out on certain issues which the interviewing officer would have changed in his questionnaire. And you will start, end up answering questions that he is not even asked. So that gives a wrong impression. Therefore, my advice is, please listen to the questions. Even though you are prepared for those answers, but listen to the questions till the end. And once you have listened, not heard, if you have listened to the question, thereafter once you start replying, you see all the questions are in a very logical fashion. See, you gave out because you are not a trained assessor. But if I give out, even if I'm sleeping and somebody says, sir, you have to take an interview, I'll get up and I'll say, okay, Shubham, tell me about your education. Maybe you could start with class 8th onwards. Work up to your present level of education. Tell me in each year of exam that you appeared, what percentages of marks did you get? How much effort did you really put into your studies? Which is the subject that you like the most and the subject that you did not care for as much? Who is the teacher whom you like the most and why? Somebody who did not impress you as much. Talk about your games, sports, extracurricular activities in which you have taken part. What was the level of your participation? Highlight any achievements. After your class 12th, what competitive exams did you appear in? What type of preparation did you make for those exams? And what exactly were the results? Any position of responsibility that you were given during your student life, how did you perform in that? So you see, I've gone very logically, developed this from his 8th onwards, and I'm asking for some. So if a candidate is listening, not hearing, but is listening to it properly, he will understand, what all is he. I want to first understand his level of education, time, interest, and how he has worked on. Unfortunately, if you have not heard a question, if you miss out on something, it is not that I'm so लकीर का फकीर नहीं है यार कि सारे क्वेश्चन उसी सीक्वेंस में आने चाहिए. ठीक है, as long as you've answered at least 7 to 8 questions out of the 10 that I posed to you in the rapid fire, I will say that the grasp is good. If it is 5 to 6, it is he has some grasp, but he still needs to improve it. But I have seen candidates who answer one question or maybe 2 questions. Thereafter, say, sorry sir, I've forgotten. Sir. Can you repeat, sir? So okay, so interviewing officer says, all right. So he repeats first 2 questions that he's answered, he repeats the remaining 8 questions again. So this time starts answering, again answers 2 questions, they say, sorry sir, I forgot. Now that is a little worrisome situation. That means this boy actually is not concentrating, he's not focusing, he's not a good listener, he's not listening, he's only heard. And वो जो उसको पहले 2 questions उसके दिमाग में आए, वो answer करता है. Also, I must tell you, that some people start with the answer to the last question that was asked. They will answer that question first. Because क्या हो गया, वो सीक्वेंस में था 10 में और वो करते करते आखिरी क्वेश्चन जब आया तब तक उनकी स्टैमिना जवाब दे चुकी है. That listening power has gone. So what he does is he sticks on to the last question that was asked and वो आंसर करो पहले यार. ठीक है, और उसके बाद कहता है sorry sir, can you repeat the question? So what I'm saying is the focus is to understand how good a communicator you are, and a good communicator means good listener as well as person who can express his thought process, fluently in a logical manner without any ambiguity. That is the aim of giving a very big, I'll say rapid fire, whatever you call it.
ओके, फेयर इनफ। जब मैं आपकी बात समझ गया, बट एक आपने सब बता दिया, भूल जाता है क्या होता है उसके, आप कैसे असेस कर रहे हैं, क्या है आपका पर्सपेक्टिव, क्या है, ये मैं आपकी बात सारी बात समझ गया। बट एक चीज अभी भी रह गई सर, डिसऑर्गेनाइज। ये एक मौका होता है कि आपको ये भी पता लगता है स्टूडेंट के बारे में कि वो ऑर्गेनाइज कितना अच्छा कर पा रहा है। भाई अगर आपने उससे आप उसने आप आपने सवाल पूछा उसकी हॉबीज, फ्रेंड सर्कल, टीचर्स का और उसके मार्क्स का, तो आप सोच के देखिए वो 10 से लेके आपकी करंट एजुकेशन ग्रेजुएशन तक वो पैरेलल में साथ साथ है, हॉबी साथ साथ है। तो अब वो उसको पोर्ट्रे कैसे कर रहा है, क्या वो आपके लिए मैटर करता है?
Yes, it is a matter of concern to me that he has taken part in the other things also beside his studies. So yes, a person who organizes himself well, who utilizes the resources that are available to him in terms of the facilities for games, sports, extracurricular activities in his school or college, a person who does that is definitely a better candidate than the one who is only focused on his studies, and with the result he's been able to get 98, 99% marks. But when it came to the other activities, nil bata sannata. So that is not a very happy situation. Happy situation is that a person does his studies. Beside that, he devotes time to his hobbies, his spare time activities, takes keen interest in the people and in the surroundings. He's not only the bookworm, मतलब घोड़े की तरह वो केवल एक लगा कर केवल किताबों में नहीं है, अपनी चारों तरफ क्या हो रहा है वो भी देख रहा है, उसमें भी हिस्सा ले रहा है. I think that is a candidate who is more suited for this lifestyle. I'm not saying the other person is bad. He has his own. He's suited for something. Maybe he'll become a very good scientist. And that is why you see, basically, most of the scientists don't make it to the SSB because they are focused only on the study side. Whereas we are looking for people who are all-rounders. Who can, when it came to studies, they take part in studies. When it came to games, they are no less. They take part. When it comes to singing, when it comes to enjoying life, they still are there. And yet, next day morning, they are still fresh and doing their PT, leading their men with a lot of enthusiasm. I think that would be a person, or as a young officer, that any assessor would be looking for. See, for me, as an assessor, a person who is an all-rounder, who has taken part in the games, sports, extracurricular activities, plus he has been able to devote time to his studies and has been able to even do, I will not say best, but at least mediocre, say 75%, 80%, but दूसरी साइड में भी उसके अचीवमेंट्स हैं. अब आपके अचीवमेंट्स भी कहीं ना हो और मार्क्स भी 60% हो, फिर तो यार मुश्किल है. यस, अगर आपके मार्क्स 75% है और आपने बहुत अच्छा पार्टिसिपेशन किया और गेम्स में, आई थिंक दैट इज द आइडियल कॉम्बिनेशन. एंड दैट इज व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, that when you look at these people who have been only focused on their studies, probably they are good for other fields like maybe scientific work. They may not be able to qualify for this, but does not mean that they are not good. They are equally good, but they are not suited for this lifestyle called army or defense forces.
Okay. That's all from my side, sir. Now I'd just like to thank you for that starting the SSB or the dormitory for the SSB aspirant, sir. And I'm really glad. अब सोच के देखिए, मैं तो मतलब इलाहाबाद अगली बार मेरा सेंटर आया तो मैं तो आऊंगा. रेलवे स्टेशन से 700 मीटर दूर एंड SSB सेंटर से सिर्फ 800 मीटर दूर और ऊपर से 1 आवर की काउंसलिंग. आई थिंक इससे ज्यादा बेनिफिट और क्या होगा सर. और वो भी एक दिन पहले मिल रहे हैं जब SSB जस्ट है, तो शायद कोई डाउट वाउट भी हो गया तो कर्नल साहब तो हमारे लिए हैं ही. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दैट एफर्ट यू आर पुटिंग फॉर अस, सर.
I actually, Shubham, it's not a job that I'm doing. It's just my way of thinking, returning something to the society. If any of the candidates who comes here and if he can do well because of these facilities that exist, I must tell you that my wife takes very keen interest in the housekeeping of this particular dormitory, because it is me and my wife, because both our daughters are married, they are away. And I think in the candidates who come, we think God has not given us a real son, but there are the people who have come to us. So we try and, give that sort of affection to the candidates who come here. And that is the basic motive. And I hope and pray from the responses that I get from the candidates once they return from here, the type of bonding that we develop, I think that one day it's a treasure for me. That's what I actually think is my earning. So my sincere request to the candidates is, if they're coming, Don't worry about anything else. Give me a call. There are numbers on the www.ssbdormitory.com. Reach out to me, even if you're not staying with me. But I will be able to help you in so many ways because I know how the SSB functions. I know how the army functions. Therefore, because I must tell you this time, this new certificate, Corona certificate, and all those things, a lot of candidates were in so much of doubt, and I was feeling pained to know. And I must say that when I clarified to them, it gave me a lot of immense happiness that candidates were able to, not only at Allahabad, I was able to clarify some of their doubts regarding Kapurthala or even Bangalore. But that was, unless I have some authentic information, I don't like to pass it on. Therefore, I needed to confirm things, whatever doubts the candidates have. And that is my sole aim. As long as the candidates can gain from it, I'll be more than happy. It's been very nice interacting with you, Shubham.
Thank you so
thanks
much,
for calling me actually here and giving me this platform so that I can reach out. I must tell you that candidates are my sole interest. I reach out to candidates wherever I get the opportunity. Even in Allahabad, there are training academies, coaching academies wherein the candidates come. But I have, as I said, my interest is candidates. So I reach out wherever I can go and I can help the candidates. That is the sole motive. And that is how I think I'm enjoying myself. I love to be with young people.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, and thank you for valuable time, sir. And I hope कि हमारी दोबारा मुलाकात जरूर हो, sir.
Definitely. God bless you. Thanks, Satan, and all the very best to all the defense aspirants.
Thank you, sir. जय हिंद, sir. अभी आपने कर्नल पंकज साहब के शब्द सुने, and I'm sure you are amazed. बट मैं कर्नल पंकज साहब का एक बात के लिए और शुक्रिया करना चाहूंगा, और ये मैं कहूंगा कि कर्नल पंकज साहब बहुत ही ज्यादा जनरस पर्सन है. बिफोर गिविंग दिस इंटरव्यू, ही हेल्प अस आउट टू मेक अ वीडियो ऑन SSB गाइडलाइंस ऑन कोविड-19, और इसमें हमने तीनों ही आर्मी, नेवी और एयरफोर्स तीनों का ही ख्याल रखते हुए आपको सबको समझाया है. अब यहाँ से मैं आगे आपको एक बात बताऊंगा कि अगर आपका अगला SSB इलाहाबाद में है तो मेक श्योर आप कर्नल साहब को कॉल करो. उन्होंने डॉर्मेट्री बनाई है, वहां पर आप आराम से रहो, वहां पर उन्होंने सफाई का ध्यान रखा है, कोविड-19 में क्वारंटाइन का ध्यान रखा है, और आपको कोई दिक्कत ना इस बात का ध्यान रखा है. और सोच के देखो यार, जो चीज रेलवे स्टेशन से 600 मीटर की दूरी पे है और SSB से सिर्फ और सिर्फ 700 मीटर की दूरी पे, मतलब वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस पे, तो आपको क्या दिक्कत है? ऊपर से कर्नल पंकज साहब का आपको पर्सनल असिस्टेंस मिल रहा है कि आपको कोई दिक्कत है, कोई समस्या आ रही है, कोई डॉक्यूमेंट मिस हो रहा है, या एक दिन पहले कोई समस्या आ रही है, तो कर्नल साहब उसका ख्याल रखेंगे आपके लिए. So don't worry about it, don't miss this moment and just visit to ssbdormitory.com. ये उनके नंबर हैं, आप यहाँ पर कॉल करें एंड यहाँ पर आप अपना स्टे बुक करा सकते हैं. इसके साथ मैं कहूँगा, मैंने एक दिग्गज आदमी, आई एम श्योर आपने उनका नाम सुना होगा, जनरल बाकुनी सर, उनके साथ इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट किया था, उसका भी लिंक आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में मिलेगा. और ये एक वीडियो है जो आपके लिए बहुत काम आएगी अगर आपका SSB है अभी. ये क्या है? ये पर्सनल इंटरव्यू है. स्काइप पे सर ने, चक्रपाणी सर नाम है इनका, ये इंडियन नेवी में ऑफिसर रह चुके हैं, आईओ रह चुके हैं. इन्होंने मेरा लाइव इंटरव्यू लिया था जैसे SSB में होता है. तो ये दोनों वीडियो आपकी बहुत काम आएगी. नाउ आपके पास 3 काम है: जनरल बाकुनी सर का इंटरव्यू देखना, ये देखना, और अगर आपकी इलाहाबाद में SSB है तो यहाँ पर आपको अपना रूम बुक कराना, एंड फाइनली बिफोर गोइंग टू द SSB कोविड-19 की गाइडलाइन समझना SSB के लिए. तो इन चीजों का आप ध्यान रखें, और मैं आपसे मिलता हूँ अगली वीडियो में. मेरे लिए कोई सवाल हो तो #वाशने करके आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताएं. मैं लेता हूं आपसे विदा. जय हिंद, टेक केयर.
मैं उनको रोज सोचता हूँ, मैं उनको रोज सोचता हूँ. वो है अंतिम पगों